At Ortiz, we got you in the house. Thank you so much for spending time with us. How are you doing today?
I'm great because at least we got a little bit sunny and it's not cold. And then tomorrow we're gonna open like a regular,
Ah,
and then um, people is gonna drop off because I have another project, like 20 projects that I have. People they're gonna drop off some present because I wanted to give it at least one present for each kids in the community.
tell me about that program. What are you doing for the kids?
So we just wanted to do it like a Christmas special day, but we don't wanted to do it kind of like a religion thing. We just say, trying to figure out how we can say holiday Christmas. So and then everybody just like, oh, because it's a lot of people coming through my food distribution for different countries. So I just want to make sure that now we now friending them. I think it's as soon as I told the family free present, they just like, yes. Probably didn't even understand the whole event situation, but when I say free present, they like write it down right away, the name, the age. So kind of like, because when no más lágrimas, no more tears is doing right now, is kind of like trying to get all the connection that we have in Ediga, all the like farmers, business, you name it. Like we have friendship donation. It's kind of like friendship donation to us. It's kind of like the sister and the brothers together because we just helping each other. Like last week we had the farm day. Like one of the farmers donate some vegetable, but they say come and get it. So and then friendship donation, they don't even have too much volunteers. So she called me and she say, Anna, you want a free vegetable? I'm like, yeah. Can you arrive with me? I'm like, of course. Hanging out with them is like it's awesome. In the farm and keeping the distance. And it's sometimes for us, for no más lágrimas, it's kind of hard because when I do any event, we all together. We celebrate. I always, once a month or twice a month, I cook for my volunteers and we always hang out. We always have a day to talk, whatever, about the organization, how we can make a plan for the future. We always hang out like a table, meet us, share different ideas. So now it's like we cannot do it as we do it before. So I'm trying to create a plan. It's like how we can help each other. It's like something that we just like the other day we did the turkey drive. So I have a one day we collecting turkey and we have a team together. And then we had the family to say, just go to store, give me a turkey, come back and drop off.
Right.
And they're like, oh, we can do that? I'm like, yes, you can do it. Because, and then I feel like when I do that, they feel like they doing something part of the community.
Right.
It's like, I don't care what they don't get you not bring me nothing bad, not crappy stuff, or is in bad condition, I will bring it back to you.
Right.
But if you go to the store and like the family, have one of the family, the youth wanted to do something because no more tears, no más lágrimas, that's what we do in the past. The youth and the working and other stuff, and we do the cooking class. So one of the youth say, oh, I wanted to go to the store and get some turkey. So and then the family went over there, they got some nice turkey, and he was so proud of doing that thing. It was like, and now he wanted to volunteer.
Wow.
So now I was like, you can hang out with us, but with the protocol, with the health department, we have to keep in a distance. And he said, man, I'll follow whatever you have to say. So and then it was kind of like awesome. I see the youth make the father bring the turkey to us, and then he said, I wanted to volunteer to help you guys. I was like, of course, because that is the future for later. I had to tell them how to do in community stuff. We're not doing the best to fix the future, but at least, told them and say, yo, you can do the same thing like me. You can be a community leader. You can do my way or your way. So, and then if we can, teaching the kids or the youth because they're gonna take over from us. That'd be awesome. You know what I mean? And then, you know what I mean? My children, sometimes they like it, but sometimes they like, too much. So, and then I was like, okay, I had to find another youth to follow because somebody had to take care of my job. And my kids said, no, that's too much for me.
Sure.
And then the way that we doing right now with the team, like I created a team for No Más Lágrimas. I've been there for years. You know, like, you know what I mean? All the beautiful community members, you know what I mean? They partner with us since we was like starting from nothing. You know, starting from home. I was doing things at home, and they just like, I always meet at home, and we, you know, we always created like a place that people, they was happy about it and all the stuff. So now, you know, like I told them, I said, yo, now you can hang out with me home, but you know what I mean? I cannot make you some empanadas and all that stuff. I want to, but it's like, I wanted to cook, that's
One
my
day.
thing.
Yeah.
And then I was like, you know, pretty soon I wanted to do that because that's, you know, this month it's like the holiday.
Yeah.
That's
No,
me.
hard.
It's like I always take over the those fishes,
Right.
and I cook over there, and you know what I mean. And I was like, Arr! So and then the health department with the kitchen situation, I want to create it like a kitchen outside,
Yeah.
cook it.
Right.
But you know what I mean. Everybody's not the same pace like us.
Tell me about, it sounds like you have so many community partners that you have been working with, and that there's this amazing energy and togetherness that No Más Lágrimas has been able to achieve. Can you tell me about those partnerships and what that means for the community?
Well, for the to be like the partner, we always find each other in a way down. Like I was not expecting to partner with Friendship Donation. It was one connection to another, and then they like, oh, I got some food. You want to do this? And then it was kind of like pick it up, and that's it. No talk, no nothing. Email, and then after that it was a phone call, and then after that it was like, I need your help. You can help me, and then they're like, yeah, we can help you, and then the connection that we have it now is like, it's like we never expecting we was getting that partnership since forever, because you know what I mean, I feel like I always say, like, when God help you on the way down, it's like at first when I started with the No Más Lágrimas, you know, nobody was expecting me to go so far like I am. They was laughing at me. They was like, you cannot make it. You're a woman. And, you know what I mean, it was not related, it's not even the color either, because I always trying to tell people, like, you know, you can play with all these people, but not with me. I'm Latina and you not playing around with me. So I always step up and say, no, back off. Do not go with color shade.
Boricua, don't mess with that.
Yeah, no one mess with the Latina, back off. And then I, in a way down, I meet different people, and I was wanted to, the group and so the people, they was, and around me, it was a kind of like family bar, like, and then I told people, I said, I don't care if this person it look like green jello or something to you. You know, he's part of my team. That means you not say shit about him. You respect this person as a human being. And then if I hear something, I do not care if you have this high and you are from the mayor's office. I don't give a things with that.
Yeah.
It's like you're gonna help. You're gonna teach this person like a human being, and then because this person helped me since I started. He, you know, the person, him or something, they was like alone with me. So and then it's not like you're not gonna do that in front of me. Probably you can take advantage before or something. You know what I mean?
It sounds like you have people's back.
Yeah. That's thank you. That's why I, you know, when I something going down, I'm like, and I just like go like, they do something to me, and they like, what happened, Anna? And then you see, but it's not about the way um, say things or stuff. It's like, all my people that I have around, it's like we earn the respect.
Yeah.
I
Through your work.
yeah, the work, we it's like for us it was kind of like we help each other, you know what I mean. And then my people around since 15 years ago or more than 15 years, it's like we just treat like a family. And plus more, it was more about how we can like be together, because they never treat me say, I have my team and my friend, they was partnered with me since day one, and they had the degree, they had this amazing stuff, but they never treat me like, wait a minute, you don't have my education like me. And it's like, and for me it was kind of value than ever and money, because when he said, they was like say, oh Anna, you need to get paid, and I was like, well, I have my people, and that's why I get paid. Like, the longest I got my group, and I ask him and say, I need help with my kids, with something that happened, that was better than money. So, and then when I need in the middle night, if something happened, for myself, for the community, for years we have 5 years silence under low profile with the domestic violence. So I have my people, I don't care about what time that I call, they just like, we need to save this person. And they don't even care about where they're coming from. They like, Anna, I got you. And then it was like very value, because it was for us, it was like something like, when people, they would say to you, I got you, it's like, no matter what, it's like falling apart. Or something like right now. We got the pandemic, we got this situation with the politics and the government and the president, you see. And then now we still have with the no más lágrimas, even we have a chaos in the community, in the whole around world, but we always have each other. With something going on, we still helping each other. We always figure out a way to doing things in the community. Like, I'm expecting, like, Itika to the garden, Aaron, they was giving me a space, like a garage, and then we, I was not, now we have a location, and, because they are next door, they like, if we stay here, you still here with me.
Wow.
And, all that money, they didn't even care about, okay, Anna, you have to give me some money and all stuff. No, they was like, Anna, you need this. We can figure out later. And I told her, I said, if you send me $1,000 bill, just give me a couple weeks, because
you're gonna charge me after this.
after, send me a bill later, because now I'm like, I can chase it down.
Aaron Martell's stuff, definitely.
Yeah,
that's amazing. Tell me where you're from.
So I'm from Puerto Rico, San Germán, Puerto Rico, born in there, but I be raised in different towns, Guanica, Lajas, everywhere.
Okay, were you doing similar work there, or?
No, I told you right now, I was never expecting I was doing this. For me, it was like cooking. I was thinking I was doing my traditional thing like my grandma did. Cooking for everybody, and that's why other people, they know me about the cooking part, with the empanadas and helping a lot of stuff, and that was my thing. And then I remember Peter Myers. I was there with Carlos Gutierrez, with the Latinos and the stuff, and he see me talking, my Spanglish in that time, and he say, I don't know, you have some things in there. I like it. I think you can do, like, you're gonna be like so powerful, people, they're gonna scare you. I'm like, Peter, they're gonna eat me alive. My Spanglish, I don't have that, degrees and all the stuff that I see up there in the community. And he say, do not let her to go to your band. I think you can do better than that. You have more than all the stuff they have, because they have something different and you have it. you have that stuff in you. You have to let it go. I'm like, they're gonna eat me alive again.
So when did you come, and tell me about how you arrived at this work?
So I arrived when I was 16 to New York City, and then after that we was over there in New York and Brooklyn, and then from Brooklyn I came over here to visit my cousin, and from there I was here by myself. Song is my spot over here. I know my provision plan is, I put it right there because I was like, if somebody has no problem, I don't care. So we got the refrigerators here. We got more stuff in here. Refrigerators in the back over here. We got clothes. We get the donation, and we got the bathroom. That's one thing. So and then the shelf, you see, when people they made the shelf.
Oh, cool, nice.
So one of the community members came and made the stuff. And now we are creating a tent outside so people they not get cold.
Great.
So that's our next project.
Love
that's
it.
That's hard work, but
I love it.
yeah. And we got the clothes and the donation. So
Okay.
and we
Cool.
got the first drop off for toys.
Oh, so cute.
I know. That's why I said I wanted one of those.
That's great.
What
What do you feel like your work is doing for the community? What do you feel like is happening in the community because of what you're doing?
I feel like I'm making more difference. Like I'm expecting like if I motivate you, her, him, and other people around, it's like, you know, because it's for me it's like people they value that because they feel like I cannot do nothing, you know, or they was thinking like it's nothing. I don't have nothing to offer the community, and they feel like that we had to go through that hoop, papers, a building, organization, and other stuff. And then that's why a lot of people when they meet with me and talking to me on the phone or whatever, they like I don't have nothing to offer to you. You know, like, excuse me, who told you that? And that happened to me when I started too. They was teaching me like I had to have the degree, I had to have a building, I had to have all this stuff, and I'm like, wait a minute, no, that is not true. And then I was like, no. I'm gonna do it my way. If it's good, I'm gonna continue to do that. And then if nobody knows like that, they can turn around.
But when people create these systems that exclude people, if you don't have the credentials that are, you know, these hierarchies, these false hierarchies that make people feel better than others, and you can be exclusive, how do you break down those barriers?
I just do it like my style. You know what I mean? People, they was like, how did you do that? I'm sorry, I ain't gonna tell you my secret. But I realized it's like, I just do it me. Because, you know, and then I always told him, as long as me and God, we are good to go, like he's happy with me or whatever, I don't care about everybody was like mad at me. Why? Because I'm doing something good for the community? Or maybe you think in your head, like I'm gonna take your job? How? Well, I need you to doing whatever you need because it's more than $30,000 resident in Ithaca. That's a lot of people that we had to take care of. So I need you. So just do it whatever you wanted to do. I don't have to tell you to do it because that's what the problem in the past is like, you know, they have this idea and they're like, and all the stuff. Oh no, you know, all the stuff. You know what you? It's like, you know, they want me to do in their job, and then they take the credit. They're doing all the stuff, and I was like, wait a minute, hold on a second. How did you take the credit for my work? And then everybody just like, did you do that? I was like, yeah. And I told them, I said, you know what? Because everybody was like kind of blind. or they don't even know what's going on, I'm just gonna step out the side and I'm gonna do it myself, and I'll show you all the people in the community. Yes, you see, that's what I did. That is the way that I do. And then they're like, oh crap, like that was you, because nobody had the strength to go up there and make anybody to work. I don't care if I had to make the mayors working, because he said he part of the community. First of all, he say he's gonna be a face of the community. He's gonna take care of us. So when somebody told me, I don't care where they're coming from, you get your ass over here and do the same thing. You sweating like me. You take care, like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
You take care of the people like I do.
That's right.
And then if you retire, we work 14 hours. So I don't even crap what you talking about. You say you're part of the community. So I just need to say, oh no, if you say to me, I'm gonna help, you better be sure I'm gonna chase you down, I'll blow your phone. If I head to your house and bring you out of your ass in the bed, because you said to me,
You're gonna do it.
you're gonna do it. For me, it's value. And one thing that I always wanted to make sure is like, one thing that I always trying to do is like, when I say something, my word, it's like, it's value.
Yeah.
Because that's the only thing that I have in Ithaca. It's my word. When I say to you, I will do it, it will take its time, because I promised my community years and years and say, I'm going to do something. I'm going to make some change in Ithaca. It's going to take me a little bit.
But your reputation stands for itself.
Yes.
So, how much has changed because of the pandemic, and what lessons have you learned that you think will be helping the community after the pandemic? How can we think about a different kind of community? What have we learned from the pandemic that shows us how the community could be even when, it's not a pandemic?
Well, for years, I know, because I'll be up there in the street helping the community before the pandemic. It was kind of like we always have this problem, but now it's like I learned it's like a lot of people, they need something to, like I said before, like everybody was thinking, they don't have nothing to offer the community. So now when I'm doing an event every week, or I'm doing a turkey drive, or pretty soon I'm doing the Christmas present, and then people, they see some stuff out there, because they don't want it to come outside, because even before the pandemic, because they're like, oh, these people are full of nothing, or they're not doing nothing for the community. So now it's like I showing to them, it's like, we still here. We still need you. Even if you go into the store, give me a bread, it's like costing 79 cents, and then I can give it to somebody, they don't have that. You know what I mean? And then now it's like, I know after pandemic, we can still gonna work, and it's gonna be so bigger than ever, because when the pandemic started, a lot of people got the chance to meet each other, to see each other, to collaborate together, because they don't have that stuff before, because they were thinking, oh, because I'm not come outside and vote, or then, I'm not even do anything community event. So because more the people they part of like collaborate with me and part of my team, because they never expecting they was doing a community stuff, never in their life. And then I met them on the way down, and I was like, you have some potential, why you stay home? They're like, I don't know, I don't have that thing that you have. So it's like, it's kind of like, like I showed them and said, yeah, you can do this, and then I think is they was need like kind of like motivation. Now it's like they just like, wow, can we continue this after the pandemic? I was like, yes. What did you need? If you're connecting with this, because we got artists, like 20 artists right now just standing by, they want to get some mural. They want to get like one of them want to painting over here, but it's like I don't want to get in trouble with the people. But it's like now we have people just standing by because as soon the pandemic start, it's like it's gonna be a lot of projects and people they're not gonna see ever.
So this series is about how these different crises are converging. They're coming together to really weigh and put people in really horrible situations. So we have violent police forces. We have the pandemic. We have
Politics.
hate speech from the highest office in the land. We have states threatening to secede from the union because they can't accept a democratic election result.
And the immigration too.
Yes, we have children being separated from their parents at the border. We have so many. What other situations are we kind of?
We also have violent weather changes because of global climate change.
Yeah.
You know, places getting flooded, places having huge fires.
Yeah. No, it's sad because it's kind of like, you know, that's what the children's gonna see. You know, I mean, that's why with the pandemic is some community member like me, they working so hard, more hard than ever because we had to doing something. So then the kids and the youth, they're not getting panic because they like, oh my God, there's a pandemic, we cannot go outside, or it's like, you know, all this justice with the colors and the immigration, and then, you know what I mean, like my son sometimes the kids that I know for years, they just told me, say, well, because I'm Latino, what can I be? You know what I mean? It's like now the people with the white people with the black people, and then they're doing all the stuff. So and then my kids, they from, you know, the Latino culture, they come to me and say, what can I do? Can I go here? Can I go there? Or we staying in the middle? So and then if it's like, oh, and then sometimes they said, oh, because I'm kind of light, so I had to go with the white people. And then if I have like a brown color, so I go with the black people. And then, you know, my kids, not my kids, you know, community kids up there, they get confused about that. So now I had to working hard, and then when I see them, that's why I had to bring it to my location and show it and say, this one is not about race, where you're coming from or whatever. It's something that we can help the community. And they're like, oh, you know what I mean? And then they like, you know what I mean? They like, because they get confusing because people up there, you know, sorry to say, they mess up all this stuff. And then community member like me, we had to work hard, more than we had to do, because we had to educate our children and our youth and say, no, it's not that.
Right.
You know, and then it's this. Right. We had to do this. Don't go and feel like you had to be doing something because, you know, or even me, myself, I went to a place and, you know, because I was Latina, the another black person pushed me and just pushed me, and then she wanna go in front of my line and grab my food. It was because she wanted the same thing, but she grabbed it and paid for it, and I'm like, yo, I'm over here in the line, what are you doing? So and then it's like, I feel like all the time it's not color thing. It's about the respect the people. Why did you have to go across to me and you push me? Supposedly I'm the same color like you. What's going on? So it's like sometimes people using this stuff to hurting people for real.
Yeah.
And
the whole system.
And the whole system is like, you know, please can you be educated another way?
Yeah.
You know, okay, doing something, but please educate, because why that young lady had to push me because I speak Spanish and I'm not in the crowd or something.
Yeah.
And then it's like, it was kind of like hard for me. I'm about to go and hit her with my stick. I was like, you know, don't do that. Do you not know where I'm coming from?
Right.
So
the fact that you're teaching your children not to think about in terms of I'm this color and that color, I have to go with people based on my color or their color, that is not always taught. And I think we all live in the culture and we all have a personal responsibility to say, I'm not going to be trained by the broken culture. You're not going to tell me how to think about people. I'm going to make a decision for myself. But there are people, even people of color, who have been trained by a system that undermines the relationships that we have between each other. But I think having the way that you look at the whole community as your service arena, I think that's transformative, because it teaches people, like, we help people who are in need. I don't care what color you are, I don't care what you look like, I don't care if you're ugly or pretty. If you have needs, I got your back. And that's what I'm hearing from you.
Yeah, because you see that guy, he was saying he was from the jungle. Sometimes people, we got something like that, sometimes they start screaming, sometimes they just like, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't know, probably God give me some I don't know, some superpower or magic thing. I'm like,
I have a thing with rudeness, and I have to teach myself, like, it's okay, calm down. I don't like it when I'm interrupted when I'm having an important
conversation. I feel you, girl. So. But you see, sometimes...
So I apologize if I wasn't nice.
No. Yeah. But sometimes that's what we have every day.
Yeah.
And then it's like, they just ask me and say, Anna, how did you do that for real?
Yeah.
And I was like, trust me, I have no clue. But when it happened, I don't know how, I fixed it. And I had to, like, you see, he was like, I'm from Ithaca, I'm born here, and I'm like...
And you were like,
okay,
come back in an hour.
And talk to me. You know what I mean? Don't, and then later on, when I see him, I was just like, next time, when you see people like this, you have to say, excuse me. And then probably that guy is going to be like, I'm older. What are you talking about? It's like, you teach me some lesson. I was like, but... You see, I'm not thinking about all the stuff. It's like, no, sometimes you have to tell them, some people, they're like, you see, I can help you. You can have anything that's inside. We can hustle you down too. And then I do it in a different way, laughing way, joking around. And then sometimes I get very serious. When he's come back, I was like, why did you introduce me? You're not going to get shit for us. How about that? Oh, and then he's going to be like, oh, you put the program, you get money. I'm like, no, I'm independent. You're not giving me no money, so I don't give a shit. So you had to go. So you see, sometimes you had to go in different way because sometimes people, they just wanted to control you. And I don't like that. Oh, my Lord. And that's one thing that's like they switch me, and I'm like,
you don't have control.
I'm sorry. I'm the boss.
I'm independent. No, and that's the American spirit. We're independent. It's a conflict when my independence is damaging your independence. That's the problem. But that's beautiful. Elon alluded to climate change, and I wanted to, being from a Caribbean island, and I've been doing research and looking out at what extractive technologies and pollution and the way that the whole world is captive to trying to get rich and ignoring the damage that we do to the environment and to each other. And I'm looking at the long-term consequences, and I'm saying, people of color, poor people are going to be the ones that experience the damaging effects of climate change faster and more deeply than anyone else. And thinking about island cultures, having looked at what potentially could happen to Puerto Rico and Puerto Ricans if this doesn't change, what do you think about that?
Well, I think it's, since I see it around, and not just Puerto Rico, and in different countries like Colombia, they do things by hand. Mm-hmm. They have all the garden, the beautiful garden that you see it in the farmers, like the best, because they put in hands and they put their heart and soul in there. And I think it's like pretty soon that's what we have to do. It's gonna step up people. They already know how to do the farm, how to just put the heart and soul, and some stuff I think that's gonna be like probably that they're the one that's gonna rescue the whole world because they know how to be in the sun, sweating, not just the technology is a piece of cake. But when you're working so hard, even not even the culture, Latino culture, I know from Russia or for another country, Germany, I know people from another country, they do things like they're building the house.
Mhm.
They're doing different things by hands.
Yeah.
They make some stuff that you like, how they do that? So and then the thing is, I believe like these are the people that are gonna save the world later on because they know what to do. And one thing that I always so honored, and that's why I always say I'm Puerto Rican, and I'm honored always my Puerto Rican flag because in Puerto Rico they teach you like the traditional, like cooking yourself. Do not expecting to cook nobody for you. And they say, no, you do the dishes, you do your errands, you go up there, you clean your stuff, you cleaning your car, you cleaning everything. You don't have to be independent for somebody. So and then I love my country and everybody's country because they teach you to keep it traditional. And that's one way that I wanted to do it. It's like I don't care if I'm in Mexico, they don't have too much Spanish like restaurant or thank God we got the radio station. Thank you to Mr. Rosa. But I told him, I said, not because I'm in the United States, I'm not gonna say I'm from Puerto Rico. I'm gonna still teaching my culture, teaching the cooking, and then if you don't like it, so don't come. Or just come along with me. You're gonna learn some Spanish. You learning some manners. That's why I put it up there. And then kind of like teach you how to survive.
Yeah.
Don't cry about it. What can you do for the community to make it something? And then they're like, okay, I got this talent, I got this. I was like, here you go. You can use that. And then at the same time, you can make some money. So no. For the crying, I left it for the kids. That's the thing that I say, yeah. And I figured out, I bring some ice cream, I bring some candy, I bring some stuff that are happy, go back to normal.
No más lágrimas.
No más lágrimas, there we go.
Thank you so much, Ana.
Thank you.